Mm. Well, that's weird. Why is it opposite? Mirror imaging. Hmm. Rebel, man, what's going on? How's the sound? Tell me, you're the first one. You're the first one on here. How's the sound? Can you hear me? Is it all right? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Awesome. That's a pleasure. This is the first time I'm streaming on the laptop. Thought I'd try something different. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm really pumped, man. Really pumped about the new additions. I shouldn't be doing quads and hamstrings today, but I might do some just for the sake of it. All right, I reckon we get going over here. Is that going to be all right? I wonder. You guys get to see what's going on. Am I ever tired of every day? Nah, man. I'm weird like that. I genuinely look forward to training every day. I'm one of those guys that just genuinely loves to train, man. If you haven't worked it out by now, it's genuinely something I look forward to every day. Vincent, man, what's going on? Uh, yeah, it's gonna be a bit of pump work today. I'll try and get to 180 for a set of 5 on the squats, and I'll do some back, some rows. I'll do maybe some quads as well. Um, the leg extension machine seems so cheap. It's so freaking easy to recover from. I think. Let's see how the squats go today. If the squats are feeling shitty, then it's an indicator. But like just a bit of blood into the quads for somebody like me who doesn't particularly use quads as a primary mover, I think it's going to be very beneficial for me. So let's see how it goes. As long as the knees stay healthy and happy, I'll be trying to pump the quads a little bit every day, I think. Especially now that the novelty is there, with the new machines. I'm really pumped by them. All right, let me try and warm up a bit more. I have a lot of equipment. Yeah, I know. Lots of equipment now, man. Slowly accumulated all this stuff. Yeah, that's the trouble. The eating is the trouble bit. I feel like I don't get enough meals in a day. Yeah, squatting every day is crazy. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, that's for sure. But as long as you're happy and you want to do it and it's a net positive for you, then I would recommend. Some people run every day. Some people do yoga every day, stretch every day, whatever it is. Some people play basketball every day. Whatever it is for you to get you, up and about and moving, I think it's a positive, man. I genuinely feel that. All the other stuff that people talk about, optimal this, optimal that, that's fantastic. If that gets you excited, but for me, it's about rocking up every day, and there's so much value there. Not just the gains or whatever. There's more to life than just having your muscles large. There's so much more to it, but everyone's gonna learn that at one stage or another in their life. Trying to get brutally strong every day, so I'm going to have to do reps and sets upon sets in each exercise in powerlifting, calisthenics, and strongman. Yeah, so if strength, yeah. You're kind of like me. Strength is your primary thing. Same with me. Strength is a primary thing for me as well. It's just about working out how to get to that next level. Working hard is not, it's not everything. At a certain level, when you get to strength, at a certain level, you have to. There's just more nuance. You have to. Hard work is not going to be the only ingredient. You're going to have to kind of work out exercise selection, weaknesses, strengths. You're going to have to work out programming, recovery, all that stuff. You can't just rock up every day and just absolutely go nuts. There's going to be things that you're going to have to sort out. Maybe to a 2 times bodyweight squat, you'll be able to do that. But then eventually you'll hit a wall, some sort of wall, pains or strains and imbalances, and they're going to keep you back. So you have to kind of, work that out somehow. Popsicle. Good morning, man. For me, it is 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Good to see you again, man. Vincent says double bodyweight squat. I think I could easily achieve that if I've been going absolutely mad on farmers carries, like achieving 320. Farmers carries. That's interesting. Interesting that you picked that as your thing. Very beneficial, obviously. The farmers, anything loaded carry is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've had periods here and there where I've focused on them, but never. 320 kilos is nuts, dude. I've never had anything like that. I've done pin squats. Maybe they're heavy, like super, super small range of motion pin squats, but Jesus, man, farmers carries, that's insane. You must be a big dude, huh? Big hands to be able to tolerate that much. Well, used a hip thrust machine yesterday for the first time. Quite the feeling. Yeah. I've had periods where I've trained with the hip thrust machine, and I've gone, oh my god, if I really get good at this, I'll be able to I'll be able to score better and whatever. But I don't know if it translates perfectly. Actually, in that dumpster video, I showed that there was a hip thrust machine that I nearly picked up, but it was just terrible. It was terrible design, and the owner who threw it out, he said the same thing. It's just the pads roll up to your belly, and you can't really do it. I think you need a belt for the hip thrust machine, so you can kind of go along with your body. Everyone's going to be different leverages and stuff. A muscle up. Yeah, muscle ups are great, man. I feel like if you can do 20 pull-ups or 15 pull-ups, I reckon you can do a muscle up. It's just a technique thing. You have to time your swing, and you're 109 kilos. Okay. I mean, you're not a small guy, by any means, but you're right. You're not a big guy. Big guys like 120, 130 and above. You're a little bit heavier than me. I think right now I'm 102. I think 102 kilos or something at 185, 6 centimeters. All right, you guys are going to see me now record a video. How exciting is that? You'll see what I do here. You guys will see what I do here. I used to have that stand where, like a phone stand that you put your phone in to record these videos, but that broke on me after a couple of years. So now I use this thing, which is like that, bench blocks, and I chuck it up on here. I've tried everything. I need to go out and buy another one, and I record like this, makeshift recording. I do my set, and that's it. Oh, Lord. Oh, nice, Pop. Yeah. If your hip thrust machine is, adjustable, amazing. I wouldn't mind having one. I don't know where to put it, but I wouldn't mind having one here somewhere. Yeah, you're backstage with me. You saw the production value, huh? The production value of Ivan, huh? Very high-tech stuff. The whole channel's been built on my phone. Nothing fancy to it. Risky setup. Where's the Atlas stones? You could do 136 stone for reps. Oh, Vince, you think too much of me, man. I don't think I'll be able to do a stone. First of all, like the grip, like I don't know, how do you, how does that work? I've got mad respect for Strongman. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Strongman stuff. I've had want to do things like I really want to try the yoke. I think the yoke has a lot of value. I really, really, really want to try that. It's just, my training over the years has been like ultra in my own time, in my own home. I haven't been to a powerlifting gym. I haven't been to a strongman gym. I haven't been to any of these things. Because for me, the biggest attraction to training is doing it whenever it suits me and not wasting time. Especially when you become a parent and you got so much stuff going on. Like I don't want to waste time in traffic, driving across town, peak hour traffic, and I just want to come out here and start training. If you think about it, if it takes 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, that's 40 minutes gone. You could have done half of the bloody training session. So I don't like that for that reason. But, if I had the ultimate time, if I could full-time YouTube and just run around gyms and do it, I would. But I'm not dedicated enough, to lose that much time to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, if I had my own Strongman equipment, I would love to. I even thought about buying the yoke and putting it in the backyard. But then I thought, oh, crap, I have to move it around to do the lawns. I have to do this, that, the other. It's like a, big, chunky, piece of equipment. And I know you can make the yoke into a squat rack as well. You can do that as well, which is obviously freaking amazing. Yeah, that's it, man. I'll find it in a dumpster somewhere. Oh, shit. That's got to be one of the highlights of my whole training career, Unbelievable. It just came out of nowhere. I had no idea I was going to go to the gym, and I had no idea the guy was throwing so much good stuff away. Unbelievable. All right, let me do this 180. Oh, shit, almost forgot. Let me do this. There we go. That's the top for the day. Now I can chill out and do some back and fluff stuff. I'm going to catch my breath. I mean, since the start of the stream, 26 minutes, maybe 20 of those minutes I spent training. Bang, heavy set of 5 done. And now I just do whatever. I'll do some back now, some rows and things. And yeah. Now I gotta set up the next version of what we're doing. Take you guys over here now. I get to sit down now. You've done dumpster diving before. It's funny what people throw away. I do it at work sometime, and you get a lot of brand new stuff, electronics, computer that you can sell on. There you go, man. Yeah, I was telling my mate about it, and he's like, "It's crazy how much wastage there is in society. You know, capitalism and all that. We just throw stuff away, man. No one thinks to donate. No one thinks to like give to people. We just throw it in the trash. So who gains from that? Nobody. You're ever a monster build, man? Just saying, seeing you being athletic is always fun. To see like back when you did the tie and the running, when you did your farmers carries. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy how I look right now. To be honest with you, happy. I think that weight loss that I did in December and January kind of resetted me a little bit. You know what I mean? Got rid of that fluff and I was kind of very, very tired, man. I was tired from that big training block of squats. So it's now nice to kind of just cut back a little bit on food and everything and training. But now I'm back at it hard again. Oh, crap. I forgot to turn the video off. Shit everywhere. I gotta clean all this up. I'll get some more weight. Not too much more, I think. I change the grip on the rows every so often. You know, recently I've been loving the rows like this. Today I'm doing them like this. Just change it up a little bit every so often. Slightly changes what you use. Legally, you're not supposed to take it. Oh, okay. There you go. No idea. Who goes mad on isometrics and has 289 kilo deadlift? So, you know, definitely has seen results and he runs and jumps and also has abs. So these isometrics are really serious. Oh, there you go. Wow. 290 kilo deadlift with abs. It's pretty cool. It must be built for the pool. All right. There's another set. You guys even see? You can see. It's fine. That's a bit better, I think. Frank, how you going, man? Just jumped in. Thank you, man. Thank you. Where are you going to deadlift now? That's a big problem, Frank. Yesterday I had a bit of a think about that. I've got multiple problems in the garage, man. I obviously there's a lot of stuff, but also the concrete is all wonky everywhere. So there's blocks of concrete everywhere. There's lines separating the concrete, and each of these lines is kind of cracked a little bit. And so one slab, second slab, and they kind of do this. And so I can't put it anywhere. It needs to be mindful of where I stand and what the pressure is going to be. Oh, I'm getting cold now. It's getting cold. I'm going to put a jumper on. Where the concrete goes and how it's going to go. So I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. This part of the garage, the back part, is all sloped like this. So high point here, low point there, and it runs by I don't know how many mil. So everything that I put in here, I need to take into consideration, how the concrete is. So I don't know. The answer is I don't know. And also I've got like vertical restrictions as well. So the squat rack can't go anywhere. There's lights that are blocking the squat rack as well. So there's only one spot I can really put the squat rack. I can orientate it, a few different ways, but yeah, that commercial, was it IKEA? I think it was IKEA. That a commercial running, it's not the space, it's the way you use it, So I have to kind of work out how to go about it the best way possible. What you like for running? Running. Back in the day, I used to be a pretty good runner, in my basketball days, but not anymore, man. I don't do, that's not a focus of mine. That is not something that I spend a lot of time thinking about. I've had periods where I've, increased its importance in my training for different reasons, mostly below knee musculature, tibialis anterior, calves, soleus, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to, hit that. And obviously the hips as well, because it's a unilateral exercise, it's a unilateral movement. And so running is one-legged. So, I've had different points in time where I've done that, but not for cardiovascular endurance or anything like that. Anyone know how clock spring on a VF Commodore? A clock spring. VF Commodore. I don't even know what that is, man. A clock spring. Sounds like you're driving a Commodore, though. All right, let me do 3 plates now. Oh man, that's a great machine. Nowadays, when people ask me about like, oh, there you go, you just asked the best way to reach a 3-plate squat, man. I can only speak from what I've experienced. Man, upper back. I don't think I've ever had a period of training like I had last year in September, October. I increased my squat by 22 kilos, man. After freaking training for 13, 14 years, to have an increase so sudden like that is insane, man. Like that, you can't stumble upon a freaking 20 kilo squat increase at that level unless you're pinning yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you could just change and do more dose and you'll be better. But for the average person like you and I who struggle with every kilo, you don't get 20 kilos like that, just like that. So it has to be something profound. And what I changed in that period of training is upper back. That machine. I started doing it like damn near every other day. And at the time I was making videos and I was saying to the guys, like, I'm doing 14 sets. Where'd you get 14 sets? Well, I started with like 5 sets. And then I went to 6 sets and 7 sets. And I would do stuff like, 7 sets like this, 7 sets like this. And mixed it up like this. Obviously, you'd go down in weight as the thing progressed. But eventually, at the peak of it, I was doing 14 sets. And when I was doing the 14 sets, I reckon I put my training down to like once a week, one back that week. So I went like heavy, high volume. And then, 6 days of rest, nothing. And people were telling me, and, people making comments like, oh, you don't need to do that much volume, man. And probably, in my mind, I was like, yeah, cool. Like if you're hypertrophying it up, that's cool. But I'm not here for that. I'm here to get stronger, to make the back rack position stronger. So when I unrack the weight, it doesn't freaking crush me. And so I was doing that like crazy, and the bar started feeling amazing on my back, and I started squatting better, and it was like a momentum thing. Of course, I was doing other things. I was doing low bar squats. I was doing belt squats. So I was doing enough volume for the legs as well, but the upper back, man. And I've spoken a lot about this since. When I unrack a weight, and maybe you guys feel the same way, I pretty much know right away if I'm going to be able to hit it or not. It's like you unrack the damn thing and it feels like it's crushing you. Fucking good luck, man. Like it's not a good start. But towards the end of that, 6 week, 7 week period, whatever it was, 8 weeks, I was unracking weights that were moving so freaking slow, but I was unracking them with super confidence. Like it just doesn't feel like it's heavy. And that, I think, is as a result of the upper back. You unrack it and you're like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Like it's not scaring. And then you walk out and you get ready. You take a couple of big breaths or whatever. You work that out and then you go down. But the confidence of having the weight on your back is just huge for me. And so upper back. So that 3-plate squat, man, I don't know what you're doing in training. I don't know anything about you, man. But just really focus on your upper back, If I should try to do those 8 rep hold contracted for 5 seconds. Then do another 8, get a real nice burn. That with row rows, doing some with the pause really helps with back development. Yeah, low rows. Yeah. Rest, milk, frequency, intensity. You have 3-plate squat. Yeah, that's right. Just get big. Sometimes when crushing your knees. I've never had knee troubles, man. Regret not doing it in my youth. Now that I'm into my 60s. Yeah, Olympic lifting is that's another beast altogether, man. Olympic weightlifting is not just about strength. There's so much to it, man. You could probably get a 20-kilo increase in your Olympic lifts by not getting stronger at all. Just getting better positioning, better mobility, better leverage on the movements, better technique. Obviously, this is just a technical thing. So, in powerlifting, a lot of times it's get bigger and get stronger. But Olympic weightlifting is not like that, man. There's so much to it, man. You could have huge mobility improvements and everything goes up. All right, now I gotta let me record this thing as well. I wish I had a freaking stand so I can do this properly, but I don't. I think that's 2 of the 3 plates. Yeah, I know. I need more water. Oof. Oh, it's been a while since I've done these lives. Pomaže Bog, sve najbolje. Hvala, Miloše. Hvala ti, brate. Huh. I'm sitting here and I just can't wait to bloody jump into leg extensions again. It's like a child, a kid that gets a new toy, you smash it. Man, we just have to do everything in our power to retain some of that childlike energy, behavior, that excitement. It's pretty sad, man. Like there's a lot of us adults who lose that, and life becomes kind of dull and mundane, and we just kind of go into that. We're not allowed to have fun, adults. Um, it's really funny. I'm sitting here and I'm watching um, my car behind the garage. Like I've opened up the roller door halfway, and that used to be me before. My earlier 20s. I was about cars. I wanted to do cars, and now the place where I should have done that, the garage, I should have had tools around the place. I should have been working on the car. The car's now been booted out, and I have two car lengths, two car spots full of gym equipment. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm so happy about that. I still don't mind cars, but yeah, cars are expensive, illegal, a lot of stuff that we were doing, modding them, you know. But now I'm in my own private space. There's no cops chasing me. There's no defects, notices. Like, I'm just in my own space doing my own thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I actually feel like I'm the lucky one that I found something in life like this. I'm sure some of you guys feel the same way. Beast mode as much as you can, It doesn't have to be every day, but the heart needs the intensity, I think. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, some people criticize me for squatting every day or whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be the same. In fact, please don't be the same. Do your own thing, man. Do your own thing. Find something in life that means something for you and do it. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about anyone else. If you want to squat once a year and do bicep curls every day, do that. It doesn't matter. You can get these big old juicy arms. Fucking do that. Whatever. If it means something to you deep down in your soul and it drives you, do it. Don't listen to anybody, man. All these, rules and sticklers for rules and all these guys who are just sheep following other people around. No, I get attracted to unique ideas. And I don't know about you guys. I get attracted to people that, break away from the mold and have independent thoughts and independent ideas and want to share them. I get attracted, I get tuned out by people that are just parroting the same shit that everyone else. Dude, whatever, man. Do whatever. For me, I just don't care. I want people to push the boundary, to try different things. And I think we all can do that. It's just if you're brave enough to break free and do shit, Are you not afraid of rust? I mean, the place looks really open to the environment. It is very open, yeah. So all of this here is fully open. There is no rust anywhere, man. There is no rust anywhere. The rust, there's a little bit of rust on the weight plates there. I don't know if you can see that. On these. But that was like that before I even got it. But it's okay. Rust is not too bad thing. Like it's gonna take freaking 50 years for rust to actually break down the metal, for it to become unusable. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Bob. I think that's 3. Many people follow others. Yeah, popsicle. That's interesting, isn't it? How interesting is that? I think there's a maturation process for all of us, you know. I get it. I get it why we want to fit in. It's a social law almost. You don't want to be the outcast. And to a large degree, I'm exactly like them in many aspects of my life. You know, think about it. You know, my relationship, my my professional career, you know, the way I drive on the road, the way I do basically everything. I followed the rules. I followed what everyone else thought was a good idea. But the gym is the one thing that we all have that you don't have to have those external forces on you. Who cares? Nobody cares about it. Only you care about it. So if you decide to work on your neck muscles for a year only, it's on you. You're not hurting anybody by doing that. It's completely art. You can do whatever you want. You know, but people are like, oh no, I need to have a 2-plate bench, 3-plate squat, 4-plate deadlift tomorrow. And so what do I have to do to get there? And once you get there, of course, then you're looking at a 5-plate squat, 6-plate deadlift. When you get there, just on and on and on. And people go through their whole life like that. And they never really get anywhere. You know, they're just following shit around. They're just following people around. And whatever, man. Like, if that's you, go for it, man. But I think there's no way we can all be like that the same. There's so many individuals out there. There's so many different things. But you see people everywhere doing the same thing. And you can very, very quickly see where people are getting the information from. Um, and if you think about it, even in the fitness space, there's been very few people that have actually been unique thinkers. Everyone else is just following to a degree. Of course, like I didn't invent anything. I didn't do anything amazing. I just took ideas from various different places. The Bulgarians, the Russians, the Americans. I took things and I've kind of molded my own little way. And I think that in itself is also unique because you're taking things as you go along. The bottom line is, are you happy? Are you going to keep doing it? You know, the telltale for me is when people quit training, you know, and then go and do something else. For me, I'm like, wouldn't it make more sense for you to do something that is suboptimal, but you still do it? Isn't that a better option than stopping it altogether, stopping the really optimal thing? I really think that if people just did what they wanted, everyone would be training still. But the amount of people that have followed this channel, the amount of people that I've actually conversed over the years with, and they've disappeared, they've stopped training, they've changed things completely, different areas of their life completely. It's mind-boggling how people move away from fitness and training. How can that be? How can you be crazy for the gym and then stop? What's happened? Barring, you know, crazy injury, I don't know. It just tells me that they were in it for different reasons. I guess people are wired differently. I don't know. We're all different, I suppose. Chasing the 8-plate deadlift style all day. Respect, man. Naturally, too. Oh yeah, Pavel Tsatsouline. Yeah, man. I've read his books, man. Not all of them, but I've read a few of these books. Pavel Tsatsouline. Yeah. Very unique. I mean, very unique to the West. I'm pretty sure he was just that was kind of the way they did things in Russia, you know. But he introduced those ideas to the West. And that's yeah, unique. But now the whole world's connected, so it's nothing's gonna be that surprising. great ones. You sound heartbroken, Ivan. Oh, what? Why do you say that? People will always be a phenomenon. Yeah. Yeah. Let me grab some water, guys. I'll be back. 2 seconds. All right, fellas. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Vincent. I get it now. Yeah. Popsicle says, talking about trends, I saw Sam Sulek video earlier, and he is now a co-owner of peptide company. I feel they are becoming more accessible. Worries me a bit for younger folk. Yeah, I we're touching on a deeper idea here, a deeper topic. How do I unpack this? My mind goes to a million different places when it comes to these ideas. How should I say this? I don't want to sound too dramatic, but it's very it goes towards different ideas, right? The bad things are always going to be more attractive. Fame is always going to be more attractive. Aesthetics is always going to be more attractive. Money, girls, hot cars, all of that's always going to be more attractive. It is very hard to sell nowadays Christianity, Islam, religion in general. It's very hard to do that. The people at risk, like you said, is the younger generation, because they don't have the tools yet to see what life truly is and the bigger meaning to life. And so if they can somehow tap into more attention, if somehow they can tap into more fame, more relevance, more social acceptance, they will do that. Steroids, peptides, all of these things, they feed into that same idea. The reason why most people do bodybuilding is because of that whole, I'm a youngster, I want to be big, I want to be dominant in the room, because little boys especially, we have these small man syndrome, right? Like we want to be grown up. We want to be the dominant male. That's all natural ideas. And so when you see somebody like that offering you a shortcut, offering you a way to become supernatural and to be the super alpha, it's always going to be very appealing to the masses. And so, Instead of having 8 viewers, I would have a lot more viewers if I was perpetrating that idea. If I had a couple of really hot chicks next to me, 10 out of 10 here, 10 out of 10 here, they're in a bikini. I don't have a family model idea going on. I don't have a wife with 3 kids and a house and a white picket fence. Boring. I don't want that. If I had 2 hot chicks with me and a Ferrari behind them and a pool, I've got a pool, working class pool. But if I had all of that going on, all of a sudden it becomes much more appealing to that younger person. And if you think about it, the bulk of people that are on these platforms are the younger people. And so they dominate, they dictate who's going to become popular or not. So if you have grown up ideas, if you have grown up ethics and morals, you're not going to get very famous. You're not going to get power. You're not going to get respect. What gets you respect is the devil-like or the bad behavior. Selling everything that's opposite to the family model. You're selling things which appeal to the young, immature mind. Those things. That's what you should build your marketing ideas around. Not, guys, be good people, find a good girl, respect her, start a family with her, have multiple kids with her, take care of her, take care of the kids, be there, be present. Those ideas nobody wants to hear. People want to hear the bad boy, the gangster, the look at me, I've robbed 3 banks today. Those are the ideas. But then obviously some of these people are going to start to mature and see what life truly is, what soul is and what your spirit is. And some of these heavier ideas are going to start to become more forefront. And ultimately speaking, a lot of these people that are following these ideas come up to a dead-end street. And then it's a very rude awakening. And it's going to be sad for them. But that doesn't matter, because right now, when you're young, that's all that matters. Yeah, I remember when I was 20 years old, I thought 30-year-olds were old. I thought that was like so far in advance. Shit, man, it comes around quick, man. It comes around quick. Radical thing is more attractive, the most contrast thing. It sucks how attention is the economy now. Yeah, I know, right? Beauty is today's social standard. I don't want to drag, but that's the kind of society destroying kind of thinking. Destroying kind of thinking. I wish traditional living came back a bit. So wholesome. Absolutely, man. Just fine, Ivan. So I have faith in humanity. Yeah. Thanks, Will. I think, yeah. And even if you look at politics and you look at like some of these community or, something more than self, when you are a youngster, self is very much the only thing that you care about. But then when you start to mature, when this finally finish growing, for males, it's like 27 years old where the frontal lobe fully kind of develops. So when the development is fully done, you start to kind of really think outside of yourself, and you start to think about the community. You start to think, yeah, maybe doing 160, 180 kilos, 160 kilometers an hour in my car is not, it's fun, but it's putting lives at risk. And sure, it's fun for me, but is that fun more valuable than the safety of the people that are on the side of the road? So these kind of thoughts start to creep into your mind, and then you start to think, shit, I need to think about other people. And that's just a maturation process, man. I don't want to sit here and be like, I've been this wisdom-filled person at 5 years old. No, I wasn't. I've made mistakes, man. I've been upfront about what I used to do in my car when I was 18, 19 years old. And that's what it is. That's the history. And so, but now that I'm 37 years old, I would be doing everyone this service if I painted a different picture. I've got children, and my kids are going to be watching this, at some time in the future, right? So, I'm not fake. I'm not something different towards them. I'm exactly how I am in real life is how I am to you guys right now. But I think it's important to understand the trajectory of people's lives. And unfortunately, I go back to it, social media is mostly younger people, and younger people watch this stuff. So if the average age of the viewer on YouTube is 18 years old, 18-year-old content is going to become popular, not other shit. That's just the way it is, man. It's just the way, that's your audience. Because people in the late 20s and early 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, they have, comparatively, they have less time on their hands to spend 12 hours a day on YouTube and Instagram and whatever. They've got other things to do, right? That's the general experience of an older person. And so the people that hit the front pages of our social media and the people that have the most influence are generally going to be the bad influences, because 18-year-olds have picked it, not 50-year-olds. 18-year-old kids have picked who's becoming popular today. Just imagine the country, only 18-year-olds could vote. It's just the way it is, man. Like, an 18-year-old is never going to have the same knowledge and experience as a 50-year-old. It's not going to be like that. Sure, there are some brilliant 18-year-olds out there. There are some brilliant minds out there, for sure. But come on, man. Like, you can read every book in the world, but experiences teaches something different. Yeah. I'll talk to you about the protest in a sec. One sec, man. All right, let me do the last set of this. All right, that is slowing down a fair bit. Drop down a bit. Yeah, the protest, really. I think we were asking for 23% increase in pay. Based upon all of the stuff that's happened in the last 15, 20 years, we've continuously been getting sub-inflation pay increases. So we asked for 23 and we got 10. I think we got 10, and that's it. There's been an election this last Saturday. And so all of this stuff had to get put on hold, and probably that's going to be the end of it. So I don't know. We're still, if you think about 15, 20 years of inflation being offset by 10%, you can see that we're getting screwed, but that's just the way it is, man. That's kind of the end of that story, really. Here in Western Canada right now, and I used to have your live videos on before I hit the, hey, curious, why did you stop doing those lives back then? Why did I stop? Multiple reasons why I stopped, and multiple reasons why I've restarted it on a new channel. Man, those lives back when I did them last, when were they? They were, I reckon, July, August last year. Around the time that I got these red machines. My little fella fell over. My little fella fell over in the house. Yellow case over here. Is he okay? He's all right. He's all right. Little fella's bedtime soon. He's getting cranky. Those were back in August. Yeah, so back then I got these machines, and at that time I was like in a bit of a deload. I'm pretty sure I just came off the bench pressing. So I wasn't training that hard. I was just doing a lot of accessories. So that was the first thing. I went back to heavy training, heavy 5x5s and squats. And so I was doing like 2-3 very, very heavy days of training. 2-3, that's right, 3. So back and legs, and bench. Yeah. Row, bench, back. I'm pretty sure that's kind of what it was. It was a 2 days, something like that. Anyway. And so then I would have literally 5 days or 4 or 5 days of very quick training sessions, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So when I was here, I was working my ass off and I couldn't catch my breath. And so I didn't want to be doing this while interrupting my training or whatever. So that was one reason. The second reason was it kills the channel. These lives absolutely destroy the YouTube channel. The algorithm really gets affected. It destroys everything. I've tried multiple times over the years having like spurts of like lives, and the whole thing just gets absolutely destroyed. And I think it's because I upload every day. And then on top of the uploads every day, I was doing lives and so it was just a lot of mess. And so the algorithm was just like, wow, okay, so your channel is not good to promote. It's not good to do anything. And so I just felt like I was losing traction. Not that this YouTube thing is a huge thing. But in a way, I want for YouTube to do well, because the money that I get from YouTube, I invest into the gym. And so it's like a self-feeding thing, right? So I'm full-time nursing anyway. Like I'm not living off this. It's just purely, I want to buy another barbell. I want to buy a deadlift. So I'm filling out the gym. And so I kind of want YouTube to do okay. I don't want to kill the channel. And so I recently made a video about a heavier topic, and a whole bunch of comments popped up, and I'm like, man, these are the comments that I want to not just sit here and type. I want to actually talk to people. And so I was like, okay, let me start a new channel. This channel, I don't really care what happens to this channel. It's just going to be all lives. So the algorithm is going to be like, aha, this channel is all lives. And so for people that don't want to see lives, please don't subscribe. please don't subscribe to this channel. These are for people that just want to hang out. And so I know it's just like 300 people on here right now, which I'm amazed. Really, really cool. 300 people that want to go on lives. And so it's a more focused community of people, where they're having one channel that I'll do everything on everything. It's just the algorithm has a really hard time to kind of figure out who wants to do lives, who doesn't. Like this, all of you fellas are going to get these lives because you like the stuff. And that's what this is about. And to be honest with you, if it was up to me, I would drop the other channel and I would just do lives. I like lives. I like real communication. I like conversing with people. I don't like typing on keyboards. I love communicating with the community, like-minded people. I love that aspect of this whole thing. That's my favorite bit about it. So if I could swap places, the lives and this, I would. So I'll continue to upload videos on the other channel, but this one is kind of where it just feels nicer, But obviously you guys wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the other channel. So, it's, both are important. Wow, dropped off a plate. There's so many more reps. Have any shoulder issues? Do you do anything to avoid them? Rotator cuff kind of pain, struggling to get rid. Oh, wow. No, I haven't had shoulder issues at all. I've had kind of like niggly pains here and there, but never like a problem that I can't shake, I've always felt like everyone's got different anatomy, obviously. I feel like hanging is the best thing for shoulders. we're monkey-like, right? So whatever the ratios are for different people are going to be for different ratios. If you have shoulder issues, I feel like you should do more pulling than pushing. If you don't have shoulder issues, maybe it doesn't matter. The anatomy, the way the shoulder joint is the bones in it, the way it's all kind of sits, matters. And if you're somebody that has shitty anatomy, then you got to do more pulling. Every which way, just do more pulling. Get it back. I feel like the pushing is where people get in trouble with shoulders. All of a sudden you stopped, but then you released short videos, which I also enjoyed a lot. Oh yeah, I used to do those. I used to do those little snippets of the lives. Man, they were a lot of work. A lot of work, and those videos touched a lot of people that didn't have the context, didn't know me, and oh my Lord, I regret doing that. You know, doing what they call clips. You do clips and people don't know who you are. Then they see a clip without context and they form different ideas and they accuse you of different things. That was an enjoyable thing for me at all. If this channel is the one that blows up and earns for the gym, oh, that would be sick, man. That would be really, really sick if I could make that happen. If I could make all that happen. My big dream, I'll tell you guys what my big dream here is. My big dream is to put a shed in the backyard and to like make a gym in my backyard, like a shed. I used to have a shed. I don't know if you guys followed me back then in my previous address. Big shed, lots of space. That would be that's like career goals, man. Just having a shed in the backyard with all this equipment in, and maybe add a few more pieces like leg press and lat pull down. I would love that. That right there is peak for me. That right there is peak. Some people dream about Ferraris and holidays. Nah, man. This is my happy place. I just want to chill out here all day, every day. And the most beautiful thing about this, my kids, as they grow up, I've got 2 boys and a little girl. They'll be able to use this equipment as well, and just like being around that environment, sharing the space, the space that I love, seeing them do sports and me supplement their sports with the gym, and seeing my boy and my girl, okay, so you guys need this. That, what should I train? Okay, you need to do this to be, better at shooting the ball or whatever. Like, oh my God, like that is dreams. Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Following OHP are both good for shoulders. Learn to stabilize the shoulder joint through the range of motion using the traps. Yeah. Do you have any interest in doing a big block push for the bench or deadlift goal that you set, or are you just enjoying the process at the moment? No, right now I'm actively building the squat. I'm in this block. The block is all about the squat. I'm trying to recreate that 20 kilo PR increase. Freaking, when was it? September, October last year. I'm trying to recreate that. Obviously, you need to build a big base for big squats like that. So I'm actively doing that right now. Yeah, I'm in that space right now. When I say big block, it's not like your traditional block of like 8 to 12 weeks of progressive overload. No. It's literally weakness demolishing hard core training. Every day hitting a weakness every day while also doing sets of 5 on the squat basically pretty much every day. Freaking drenched. Oh. Yeah, man, that's been my training method for the last probably 18 months, really. Maybe not, maybe 14 months. And I've got hot spots, obviously. Hips and upper back. Hips and upper back, annihilating weaknesses. Those are the identified weaknesses that I have, and I just smash them. Anytime I feel like I'm ready for another smashing, smash it. When I start to kind of progress on those lifts, and I start to see improvement on some of those movements that involve those weaknesses, then it's time to shed some of that fatigue and try and peak the squat. A lot of people are like, oh, Ivan, I wonder what your max is. I don't need to wonder. I know exactly what my max is going to be, where the ballpark is, based on the weaknesses, how they're progressing. So if I start improving that row, and I start improving the adductor and abductor machine, and I start like manhandling shit out of him, oh, okay. There's capacity here to do amazing things. Increase was insane. That was the same time as you were working hard in the adductors, abductors. Spot on, Dave. David, that was spot on. I bought these machines. Remember, I'll take you back there. I had a lot of hip problems back then, and I had a lot of groin problems at the start of that year, last year. I came off that, I don't know if you recall, I came off that deadlift period of increasing the 20 kilos on the deadlift. Took a deload in January. Late January, I came back, started increasing the weight again, thinking I can make another push for the deadlift. Strained my groin, my hips started screaming, everything was falling apart. For the following 4 or 5 months, I'm there like trying everything and anything, high reps, squats, deadlifts, bench press. I did some nice work with the bench press when I was injured with the hip. And then I went to this auction, bought the adductor machine. And my God, when I say I overdosed on the adductor machine, man, fucking hell. I went crazy on these two machines, man. Crazy. This machine, you guys know that machine there? That one and this one. Those two machines. Those two machines I went crazy on. And as a result, good things happened. Where's your deadlift at? 280, is it? I have thought that pulling that from a deficit. No, it's 285. My max is 285 with a deadlift bar. Deadlift bar, 285. That's where it's at. And it's been like that now for 18 months. 18 months. And I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't really pushed for it. Ever since the injury of the groin, I haven't really come back to push for it. I've had the crazy squat period, and I really, 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 really want to hit 240 on the squat and maybe even 250 with the next big block. And when I hit 240, 250, then I'll feel like I have a big enough base with the squat to go and attack the deadlift and get to 300. These are the, long stroke, big strokes on the paint. Alrighty, let's get another set of this. And I reckon I'll call it there and I'll do some quads. Fellas, The rowing is done. Nothing left there. Let me take you over here somewhere. Can you guys even see this? Can you hear me from here? Is this clear? Can I sit here and be like this? Just I'll read your comments on the phone and record on the laptop. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea. Can you hear me properly? Yeah, sweet. All right, let me get a set here. Straight into the max out. Maxed out straight away. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a bad idea. You go halfway. All right. All right. It's like building an exoskeleton around the quads, hamstrings, stability and power combined. Yeah, nice. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like, man. I wish, I really, really wish that we could just do squats and improve in squats, and that's it. If you wanted to do deadlifts, you just do deadlifts, and that's all there is. But it really is not like that. It's not like that at all. You have to do many different things, and some of these things don't even seem like they're related, like upper back and squat. What? But it's related, man. It really is related, and there's the reason why we call them compound movements. The reason why you have to do all that stuff. It's all freaking related, man. Oh, man. All right, let's do another set of 20. Let's see if I can grow some quads just from this machine. It'll be interesting to see what the effect is. You know, adding this with the squatting that I'm doing. I mean, yesterday I pushed the quads pretty hard, I thought. Maybe not that crazy, but anyway, I pushed them. And today the squats felt not too bad. So maybe I can get away with pushing the leg press, the leg extensions. Upper back is a huge part of squatting for sure, but I really like where you were heading on the oblique train of thought too. Olympic and powerlifting talk about the back core, really. Yeah, oh man. Obliques are in the mix right now, for sure. I did obliques on Saturday, and only yesterday I started to feel not sore anymore through the ribs and the sides. So I think I'm gonna leave obliques just for Saturdays. It is brutally hard to recover from the side bends. Oh my God. Incredible, man. Freaking incredible. Speech because you said it perfectly. Basically, variety is needed. Yeah, Vincent, variety is definitely needed. All right, let's hit another set here. I'm loving this fucking machine, man. I've never really given leg extensions. Can you believe it? I've never given leg extensions a good go like this. Now I have the damn thing. I mean, it's not a heavy machine, but I can do sets of 20 with this. I might even use the pin, but I'm worried about snapping the cable. So I'll give it a good few weeks before I start loading up the more weights. But I reckon sets of 20 is excellent for this, for the quads. You know, the heavy squats is the low rep stuff. Use this for high reps. I think my boy's upset. Let me see what's going on with him. He wants to kiss me. Bebo! Panadol! Panadol, Bebo! Bebo! Aww. My little guy's had fever the last few days. And he always gets upset when it's time to have his Panadol. He's upset. I thought maybe he wanted me, but no. He just doesn't want to have the Panadol. Oh, man. So, unilateral barbell holds. Oh, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember those Mark Bell videos where Head Colin was showing him how to do it. Yeah, nice. Listen, man. One-handed rowing. That's a recent discovery of mine, and I've written a lot about it. One-handed rowing is go-to, man. The way the lat gets stretched in the contraction, it's not like anything else. Obviously, I just did the rows that way, but the next time I do rows, probably in a few days' time, it's going to be single. So I'm aiming for 2 rowing days a week. One single, the other one's double. Would you recommend someone in their 30s to get their grades up and get into nursing, possibly spending 2 to 3 years just getting the grades to apply for the program? You're definitely a big inspiration. Look, man, I think nursing is fantastic for the right person. To say that everyone should do nursing is probably wrong, but if you're wired in a way where you want to help, number one, you want to help somebody genuinely, you want to be there to help people and not do God's work, but like you're there for the right reasons, absolutely. If you're coming into nursing for the money of it, I don't know what money you know, it's not crazy career for money. It's nice, but it's nothing crazy. No. I've always said that the best nurses that I've been around are the people that have started at the bottom of the ranks and started doing personal care, like, you know, care assistants at nursing homes. That's where my first gig was as a freaking 18-year-old, 19-year-old. I worked in a nursing home, old folks home. And I worked there for like casually 1 day a week throughout my undergraduate degree. And I got a sense of what it actually is to just help somebody, you know, unskilled help. And then, you know, you finish your undergraduate and you do a master's or whatever, you become very specialized in an emergency room or whatever field you want to do in nursing. That's a different thing. But like if you start off with the basics and you genuinely want to help somebody, then I think you will flourish in nursing and your soul will be full. And I always say to everyone, nursing is not special. Healthcare is not special because you get a bit of money at the end of the day in your pocket. You go home. It's special because you connect with people at a level that you don't normally connect with. When you're a carer for somebody, you connect with people differently, man. It's a different vibe, and it's very special to me and dear to me. And no matter what happens in my life, I'll always be nursing, always, because nursing allows you to see a perspective of the world that otherwise you wouldn't. And I think it's very, very valuable for your own self to understand what the world is about. So hopefully that answers your question, man. I like being a nurse. I really do. Nox says, I know you talked about feeling hernia risk with dumbbell rows and cable stuff. Also great, but have you checked out cock roses specifically? I've done cock rows, yeah. John Meadows, I reckon, was the man who introduced that to me, obviously through his videos. And I remember trying them back in the day. And I reckon I've had a few runs with them. Ends up being like half deadlift, half freaking, you know, power clean. You know, you can really move a lot of weight. Oh, for sure. Yeah, oh man. Or like turning on a lawnmower, just fucking yanking the shit out of it. Throw the freaking lawnmower across the yard. I like it. I like any of these like real life movements. And that is very real life. Absolutely. For me, though, like I always come back to the idea, will it carry over to the deadlift squat? And when I make a connection mentally that it will, then I'm all there with it. You know, like the rows. I felt the connection. I saw the results. All in, man. You know, I don't like just doing it for the sake of doing stuff. If you felt that connection, like you've talked a little bit about, man, just go nuts with it. Absolutely. Patrick, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Matteo, hi there. What would you suggest to do to help fix posture? Oh, that's kind of easy, man. Fix your back, fix your posture, glutes and upper back, man. You fix those two things and you're on your way. Depends on how bad your posture is, obviously. If you've got a posterior pelvic tilt, then doing more glutes won't help. It depends what flaw you have and what weaknesses you have is what diagnosis you will get and what prescriptions you need in terms of exercise. It all depends. But generally speaking, most people, I think glutes and upper back, because that's going to reverse that phone culture. It's going to do this and it's going to extend your hips. And then you'll be on your way. Hey, thank you, Matteo. Appreciate that, mate. Not sure I'm not as strong as you. Deadlift is like mid 400 tops, so I would see the fatigue for heavier assistance like that interfering with training quality. Yeah, that's another element you have to really think about. It depends, man. It depends what you're doing, what style of training you're doing right now, what the focus is, which is one of the reasons why I'm not doing a lot of deadlifting right now, because deadlifting is very, very taxing and it's a big deflection on the curve of recovery. When you line all of the volume that you do throughout the week, deadlift takes a lot, man. I absolutely love it to bits. But deadlift is one of those things that I feel like if I don't deadlift, I can also improve the deadlift. And I know a lot of people have said that. But during that deadlift period, man, you know, the things that really helped me were the bent over rows and the leg press. Those two things were huge. And also the hack squat. I did a lot of hack squatting back then. So I wasn't doing any volume in deadlifting, yet my deadlift went crazy. So the leg press is a huge thing. The only reason why I would go to the gym right now and subscribe, whatever it's called, become a member of a gym is purely for the leg press. If someone said to me right now, Ivan, in 6 weeks' time, you're going to a competition, deadlift only competition, it's all about the deadlift. Literally, I would just end this live right now, jump in the car, go to the gym, pay for a membership, and just start doing leg press like a freaking maniac. It will be a heavy leg press as many times as a week, probably once a week, really, if you're going to go crazy. And then one very heavy upper back day, usually the rows, rowing with a barbell. I know that is proven to me, absolutely proven to me. So my experience, because I struggle off the floor. I don't have trouble with the lockout. For me, it's the floor. And the leg press, along with the hack squat, which is another thing I don't have here, would be the 2-3 things that I would really go nuts with. But during doing that crazy period, I'm not going to be really, really strong with the deadlift. So the way I did it back then is I would have the back day, like on the Monday or something like that. I would do the back day on Monday, and Tuesday I would do the leg day, or vice versa. I can't remember. I used to flip-flop on these. And then I would not do anything got to do with legs or back for the rest of the week until Sunday. Sunday, I would test a heavy deadlift. So as far away as possible, 5-day rest period, and then try the deadlift. Worked for me. In between there, I remember I did suitcase carries, very light for long distances, like 100, 200 steps, that kind of thing. various different weights. I did bench press. What else did I do? I did overhead squats. I did all sorts of weird stuff like that. But the real bulk of the training was the leg press, hack squat, and the rows. That's what I would do. But it depends. Obviously, the squatting suffered badly during that period. During that period, my squatting was shithouse. Like I was hitting 140 kilo singles, which is disgusting for me. That's like, right now I could do 140 probably for 20 reps. That's how bad it was. I was suffering because I was prioritizing. Different things. Oh man, that's a killer. Brian Shoydy Hall, I think even Thor now. There you go. Yeah, Rose, I talked to you for everything. You're right. Great C, what's going on, man? From South Carolina. Thank you for stopping by, man. Yeah, no, it was a really, really good time to train. And I remember, when you're hitting PRs week to week and you're in that really cool momentum, man, training life in general is just a beautiful time to be alive. And you do everything and anything to keep that momentum going. It is so freaking amazing. It's like catching lightning in a bottle, it's like, I need to keep this going. And then eventually, I remember, I started seeing the effects. The leg press days started to get really, really hard to get through. The barbells rows started to really suffer. I couldn't do 120 kilo barbell rows anymore. The fatigue just caught up with me, man. And basically, when I hit that 285, that took my soul, man. I was like, fuck, I'm done. Kind of like the 237 squat. It went up, man, but my Lord, I knew at that point I was done for months. I knew at that moment that for months, it's just like so much fatigue. But you're more than happy to have that happen, right? Like it's such a beautiful thing. It was a great time. Yeah, Nox. You learn, man. You learn as you go along. You learn what works and most importantly, what doesn't work, what you shouldn't waste your time with. And you just go along, like now in this block of training, I know where to put a lot of my volume. And you're never going to be able to recreate exactly the same vibe. Things pop up. Maybe you need a little bit of this, changes on the fly, but the bulk, the idea, the generation, the direction you're going kind of stays the same. But you can't, you also need to be aware that not everything can work forever. So right now I'm not doing low bar squats. I'm not doing low bar squats, even though I know low bar squats is what I need to do to get really good at the high bar. I needed to take a break from it. So it's been like 5-6 weeks probably now without any low bar squats. I will go back to it when I feel ready. And when I feel ready is when the rows start to really move. Because when I start to low bar squat, I expect within 1 or 2 week period, I expect to start to really feel really good on the high bar. So I kind of really want to put in as much volume in the background work before I get there. I'm looking forward to it, but there's nothing like having that confidence that your base is solid. And that's what I'm doing right now, just building that base. The day after my 317 farmers carry, my arms feel like they were going to explode. Just a sign that I need to progress in other areas. There you go. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's it. You knew at that point that you needed to work on something else. Skinny coming back. I'm stuck at 270 at the bench trying to break a plateau. Exactly. That's right. That 270 bench, and now you're playing the attack on the 300s and whatever. You need to just make the right diagnosis and make the right call of what you need, and then just attack. Mota Grotta. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's a fresh edition, man. Very, very happy with it. Well, I think this is number 5. All right, let's get it. Fellas, I think that's it. Almost 2 hours of training. No bad. 13 of you guys in here now. Yeah, leg extensions at the crib is amazing. I'm blessed to have found it. Absolutely. Fellas, I'm gonna call it quits now. I'm gonna get in the shower, and I still got to make the video from the session. So I'll go do that. Throw my ideas on that video, and I'll upload that on the other channel, obviously. But for all of you fellas that you've been here with me tonight, appreciate you. It's been really fun. It's been a long time coming, doing these lives, but it was a lot of fun, and I'll definitely do it again. I'm going to keep going. That's right. Another 10 sets. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate you like always. I'll catch you guys soon, eh? All right. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.